For everyone who has yet to hear Christopher Davis speak, tonight I will be speaking about motivation. Listen in.
And all that he's doing down that line. He's the founder of a nonprofit. He's a finance coach, an investor, and a motivational speaker. And that's why we reached out to him to have him online with us. And I see so many more callers logging in, so thank you. I even see area code that I'm not fully familiar with. 662. Welcome to the call. We'll have to talk more about that. Let me get back to Mr. Davis's bio. Now, Mr. Davis has accomplished so many things in his life thus far. He's a graduate of North Carolina Central University, Go Eagles, right? He graduated with a bachelor's in business administration with a concentration in finance. Now, so if you're talking about someone that knows flat out how to make some money, this guy is the one you want to hear, you want to listen to. Now, this is what really needs to be close to home. He gives thanks to God for helping him reach his goals and accomplishments. And as one of Kinston J. Griffin's his mentor, Kinston Griffin, also the CEO of Dream Builders Communication, he states, he didn't say all these things to impress you, but to impress upon you, because you can reach whatever goals you have set for yourself. He is a phenomenal public speaker, an angel guru. He is building for several colleges and universities across the nation. Guys, I'm so impressed with him. He is, as I mentioned, well known also for his track and field events. He's a nationally ranked sprinter, if you will, 600-meter runner-up for the Grand Prix in the 2011 New Balance Indoor Grand Prix runner-up, the national champion at the 60 meters. But just the other day when I got a chance to see him one-on-one outside the Central across the parking lot, I just want to embarrass myself. Guys, let me get on to get Mr. Davis live on this call. Hey, listen, this is what he's written. This is it here now. Check this out. He's the author. Yes, sorry, he's only 25, but he's the author of this book. His book is entitled, I Am Your Motivation. We talked about his book just recently here. I Am Your Motivation. And I'll give you a little information when he's finished speaking today about how you can log on, how you can get your copy of his very own book, I Am Your Motivation. And we're going to set some things up with Mr. Davis so we can get the book finding some things down that line. He's an incredible young man. So without further ado, I'm going to start recording this call.
This conference is being recorded.
I have the honor and the pleasure to presenting you all on the call, introducing and some presenting to others, Mr. Christopher Davis. Mr. Davis, the call is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Land. Thank you, Mr. Land, and to our CEO of Dream Builder Communication, Kinston J. Griffin, and also both my mentors. I know that I've never, stated to Mr. Land that he is my mentor, but I do look up to him as a mentor. I've had the privilege to travel with Mr. Griffin and Mr. Land to a CIAA event about 2 years ago, as well as to North Carolina State University, as well as Livingstone College. So it is truly a pleasure, and I want to make sure everyone can hear me. Mr. Land, can you hear me pretty clear? Alrighty. Well, I'll go ahead. Tonight okay.
I can adjust your volume here, but you are on target, sir.
Okay, great, because I have it on speaker. Just checking. Okay. Okay, tonight I'll be speaking about motivation. So I ask you, what is your motivation? According to Webster's dictionary, motivation is a noun, the act or process of motivating, the condition of being motivated. Motivation is a force, stimulus, or influence. Motivation is your drive. The root word for motivation is move, and movement is change. So I ask again, what is your motivation? What makes you want to get up in the morning and go to work, or go to school, or call that friend that you need some assistance with? What gives you that unction, that motivation to move? You're probably thinking, why am I talking about motivation? Well, I'll enlighten you. I'm talking about motivation because motivation, again, is our stimulus, what influences us. Remember, your motivation begins with a thought, and thoughts are powerful. Motivation is typically used or connected with positive things. Understand individuals can have a negative motive or motivation as well. You can only do what your brain has processed or what you have seen. That is why you have to be careful of what you allow into your ear and your eye gates. With your ears, you can hear. With your eyes, you see. We must be careful of what we allow in because that becomes a part of us. This is why we should be cognizant of what we look at on TV, what we look at on our cell phones, or on our computers at home, at work, or in school. Also, we should be careful of the company that we keep, ladies and gentlemen. The brain is powerful. When you learn something, remember, you cannot unlearn what you have learned. You may forget, but you can never unlearn what you have learned because your brain has processed that. When you learn something, you are responsible for that knowledge. When I say responsible for that knowledge, that means you own it. I mean, it is yours, whatever it is that you have learned. So when you have learned how to tie your shoe, you can't unlearn how to tie your shoe because you have been taught how to do so. For example. After today, we should have learned something about motivation and why we do what we do on a daily basis. From this day forward, we can no longer act like we do not have knowledge of why we do the things that we do because they have already entered into our ear gate, your ear, and they have registered on our hard drive, that is your brain. I believe that if I bless you with these words today, that you will begin to think differently because for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, and that is our motivation. Remember, there's always a way to handle things. You have a choice to have a positive or a negative motivation or action or reaction to things. I will give you some examples of motives or motivation. So, okay, a college student, or matter of fact, let's say this, a high school student tweeted a curse word. Now, one may ask why. Well, their motivation may have been to look cool among their followers. There's nothing cool about texting a curse word. Now, say for example that Dream Builder Communications is looking for an intern. You're a highly respected individual and you tweet a curse word, and Mr. Land or Mr. Griffin sees that. You more than likely would not be able to capitalize on that opportunity. That's an example of a bad motive or motivation for doing something. Excuse me. Say someone robs a bank. One might ask why. That is a negative motive or motivation as to how to obtain money. A negative motivation. Now, on to the positive side of motivation or having a positive motive. Say, writing your goals above your bed or above where you're laying down, so every time you look at it in the morning, it registers in your subconscious mind, so consciously you work towards that goal without thinking about it. That is a positive motive or motivation. Please consider the definition of motivation as I stated earlier. An influence or an unction, a stimulus. And please take note. Your mind is like that of a hard drive on a computer. Whatever you allow in your ear and eye gate will be saved on your computer and it becomes a part of you. Every action begins with a thought, and the analysis of that thought is used as a stimulus to motivate or act, which we have defined as motivation. We will go back to the definition of motivation. Motivation is a stimulus or influence to act upon a thing. If you put positive things in, you will get positive things out of what you do. If you download negative things to your hard drive, being your brain, you will get negative things out. Without your brain, you cannot make sound decisions nor analyze. And lastly, please remember this. We should never do anything that we do not know why we are doing it. We should never do anything just because we can do it. We should always have a reason, because you doing something just because you can does not justify action why it is okay to do it. Lastly, we'll go back to the definition of motivation because, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot forget it. Motivation is a noun according to Webster's dictionary. It is the process of motivating, the condition of being motivated. Motivation is a force, a stimulus, or an influence. And the root word of motivation, please do not forget this. The root word means to move, and movement means change. You have an opportunity from this day forward to move in a positive direction and change your life for the better going forward. So please do so. Again, I thank Mr. Land and Dream Builder Communications for allowing me to speak tonight, and I pray that your life has been blessed from this second forward. Thank you again, Mr. Land. I'm still here.
That was simply incredible. Hey,
Thank you for listening in. Please tell me what you think about the speech tonight, and have a great evening. For bookings, call me 704-241-1135. Email me at Christopher-Davis@live.com.